Hi, everybody. I don't know how to tell if anyone's watching. Hey, what's up? Doing good. Just sat down with friends. Do some house hunting online. Are you looking to buy a house? Is that the game plan? Norway is expensive as hell. I didn't know you lived in Norway. Okay, that's very cool. I don't know a whole lot about Norway, if I'm going to be totally honest, but that's very cool. I've been here for 11 years and you still don't speak the language. Wait, so where are you from originally? Anna, you have a very interesting life. You don't speak the language at all? Now I'm interested in Anna. Your life is fascinating. You're here from Venezuela. Wait, so you came from Venezuela and you moved to Norway. You were 16. And I'm intrigued. Yeah, you should be intrigued. Anna's fucking life story is amazing. Ah! What? Anna, your life's awesome. I mean, not awesome, but that's not awesome. Not awesome, but eventful. So I can't afford to go often. That makes sense. No, honestly, if I happen to have a movie theater right next to me that charges $10 a movie ticket, which is just insanely cheap for nowadays. I used to live at the sugar factory. Anna, did you say you used to live at the sugar factory? What? Why did you live at a sugar factory, Anna? You understand how that's an odd thing to say. I can't. I have to. There needs to be a follow-up to that, Anna. It was a very old sugar factory my dad used to work at. We lived within the confines of the factory. That's very. You have a storied life. I'm very cool. I can't help but feel like your backstory was written. To you, it's super mundane. Yeah, but this is not how people grow up. This is not like a normal thing. It's very cool, but it's not. This is not standard, is what I'm trying to say. Do you want to have this info? Honestly, yeah. Yes, I do. Okay, how do we do this? Let's talk. Let's talk shop. Your life story is fascinating to me, and I want to know more about it. Okay, so if I join this call, will it? Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay, now I'm gonna get self-conscious about my accent. Oh,
No.
yay.
Well, why would you get self-conscious about your accent if you speak 3 languages at least, minimum,
What
right?
do you mean? It's no biggie compared to my friends who tend to speak more languages than I do.
You speak English, Spanish, Norwegian, and
yeah.
is that it? Is that
and Polish when I'm drunk.
And Polish. Does that mean
Yeah, but I'm half Polish, yeah.
Oh, okay, fine. That's cool. Okay. So
Yeah.
4 languages. Great. Awesome. Okay. Where did you learn Polish?
Well, I learned Polish through my family because, I went to visit the family from my grandparents at a small village in the south of Poland, and that was I think 5 years ago that we went to visit them. We have it's removed family.
What's crazy about this is that the languages I speak are all kind of connected, so I basically just learned them because they're all just different dialects. What you're speaking is presumably Spanish has not. I mean, I don't know. Is Spanish similar to Norwegian in any way, or is
it absolutely not. Spanish is definitely far removed. Spanish is from the Latin roots, French and Italian and Portuguese and all that. But
so it's got to be a totally different
comes
thing.
From Germanic sort of stuff, like German is and English.
Okay. Did Polish help with that at all, or is it not
not really, because it is pretty different. Polish is sort of more similar to Ukrainian and a bunch of other stuff. So it was honestly a language confusion. So that's why I don't speak that much Polish. Just little phrases here and there, and more the typical stuff that you tend to say when you're drunk.
Okay, that makes sense. Sure. Wait. So okay, yeah. I want to start from the beginning. I want to get the whole. I want to get the story. So you were born.
Okay, so you want to get the story.
You were born in.
So I was born in Venezuela. I was born in a little town of a little city called Maracaibo. Okay. But my parents are from another town called Barquisimeto, which is also known as the Twilight Town, which is a nice name to it.
That is a nice name. Beautiful.
Yeah, okay. It is pretty lovely. My mom was, and I don't know, it's kind of sad, but she was the youngest of 11 siblings. Okay. And she was an orphan at the age of 12, I think, or 16. I know it was 12. Yeah. She met my dad when she was like in her 20s.
Wait, she was one of the oldest children, or she was one of the youngest children?
She was one of the youngest.
Oh, okay, fine, okay, all right. Well, so then at least they were older. There were older children.
Yeah, there were older siblings that
Okay,
took care of her, and like so she basically roamed around and like with everybody from the family. So it was pretty nice.
Okay.
Yeah, and she was a pharmacist still. Like that's her job. So she
Cool.
can read like the very scribbly letters of doctors and stuff like that.
But
it was pretty fun.
You mentioned an oil factory. You mentioned oil factory,
okay.
And you mentioned sugar factory.
So my dad's an engineer, and he works in like projects and stuff like that. So in like the security part of like when like making sure that like pressure pipes and stuff like that is all like correct, and project management and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
So like making sure that everything in the process of whatever you're producing or fabricating becomes like safe to the public and to the people that work on it. So with that, it's a very versatile kind of job. And he worked first in a cement factory before I was born, and then he worked in the oil industry for a little bit. And as the revolution in Venezuela began, it was very difficult to find jobs within the oil industry. So he worked at a sugar factory for a while. Okay,
and then you lived in that sugar factory.
Yeah, we lived in a sugar factory. It was really
you understand how that's fairy tale-esque, right? Like you understand that's
yeah, I guess, like lots of fields of sugar cane, and then like the two sort of harvest seasons and the black snow, like which wasn't really black snow, but it was more like ash falling from the sky. That's like they burned the sugar cane so they could harvest it. Yeah.
Oh, that's less sugar. That's less fairy tale-y than it sounds, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's upsetting. Because when you hear, I don't know, you hear sugar factory, you think candy canes and gumdrops.
No, I know. It's not as well painted. Sadly.
Okay, but that's still cool. Okay, fine. So you lived in all these various places, and then you had to leave because the revolution was getting intense.
Things were like a little bit more complicated, and then.
So you moved with your family, though?
Yeah, like my family was basically blacklisted from like several things. Like my family couldn't find jobs in very specific places because the government would, be very upset with that because like we didn't agree with what was going on. So that's not very nice.
Okay. Now that we're looking at it from under a magnifying glass, is there anything else in your life that you think was particularly interesting that may be of note to the viewers of this stream?
I don't know. Like some people mention, like they get a little bit like spooked whenever I say that I've survived an attempt of kidnapping once. So that's the thing.
Okay.
Well, like, no, twice.
Twice?
Yeah. Once when I was a baby, though. Yeah, the other
Who
time,
tried to kidnap you the first time? Who?
That was wasn't me specifically, but one of my friends who his father had like a company that like had something to do with like industrial equipment and stuff. And so I was walking to his house with my friend, and we were walking, and so a van stopped and was trying to like take us in and whatever, not like how this kind of things happen.
I don't know how this kind of things happen. It's never happened to me.
It's just a very common happenstance in Venezuela. So like you're aware of this shit. You have your phone always on hold, and you try to call.
How old were you when this happened?
I was 12.
12. Okay, all right. And that was the first time. The second time?
Well, like, no, it was the second time. The first time was when I was a baby.
Well, okay, what was the first time then?
Yeah, but my mom was in a car, and she was waiting for my dad, who was doing some grocery shopping.
Okay.
And then a strange woman just sort of out of the blue was very taken like aback by the fact that apparently I was a very good looking baby. And she tapped the window and said, "Hey, that's a really good looking baby." And like, good on you for having a baby. I don't know, like what people say to people who have babies.
Yeah,
and,
standard. And
then so the woman was just like, oh, can I call them? And the woman was like, oh yeah, no, it's fine. Like, I mean, it's just a well-meaning stranger, right? And then she's like, oh shit, like yoinks. And my mom has to run to get me. But then my dad just sort of like saw this thing as he walked out of the store, dropped the groceries, and punched the lady.
You understand that that's nuts, right? You
like, I mean,
you have to understand that that's crazy.
I do. And this is my life.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm glad we're all experiencing this together, because there's a lot of times when like somebody will say something to you and like, because it's normal to that person, there'll be like a moment where you're like, this is crazy, and they're like, is it? And you're like, I don't know, is it? Maybe I haven't experienced anything. This is crazy. There's a lot of crazy stuff that's happening all at once. You gotta write a biography, man. You gotta write.
Yeah, sure. I should.
Do you wanna plug your Twitch or something?
Oh yeah, sure. Well, my Twitch is AnaTheUnknown without the hyphens, and yeah, and I guess my Twitter is AnaTheUnknown as well, just without.
Put them in the chat. People go check you out. They do fun art streams. Cool. Ana, thank you for coming on.
Good then.
All right.
Bye.
See ya. Oh, I spent so long editing this. My beard is growing. Ah, that's a bee. There's a whole ass bee in my room. I cannot have you being in here. Get the fuck out of here. Problem solved. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was a ton of fun to do and a really fun concept that pretty much just happened on stream, but I really like the idea of doing interviews with followers, because I feel like we see a lot of interview shows that interview a lot of big and famous people, but we don't really see a lot of shows that just interview people with cool stories. And so I want to start doing that, because I think that a lot of people have a lot of cool stories that they can share. And so I have another story coming up from the original stream done with Waterflame, which is going to be a very interesting thing to upload. And so once a month I'm going to be trying to do these sort of streams where I interview one of my subscribers who has an interesting story to tell. And you can let me know the interesting story via Twitter, on Facebook if you're still using it. Basically any of my social medias, if you message me and tell me your interesting story, just a basic brief synopsis, I'll interview you if that's what you would like to do, because this was a ton of fun. And I would like to hear all of your stories, because I think that it's cool to hear people's stories. So look forward to that. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to be doing more stuff like this, but also other stuff, but also more stuff like this. So if you like this, but you also want to see other stuff, you should subscribe. From my happy place, I'm Zach. Now go away. No matter where you roam,